All radio shows broadcast on KYOK. All radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game is not over. In fact, it's just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Team Texas Tuesday, and, man, we got a lot of stuff going on. Lady CJ, I see you there. I see my folks tuned in on YouTube. Of course, we got folks listening on AM 1140. 92.3 FM, and definitely on KYOKradio.org. So thank you all for following. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for doing what it is you do. So a lot going on in the state of Texas. Astros welcomed their former manager, AJ Hinch, back to town. And there was no doubt that the Stros fans and faithful we're going to give AJ a standing ovation. They had signs made up. The organization even did a We Love You, AJ video montage. Players were out there hugging the former manager. It was The Hills Are Alive with the sound of music. It was just beautiful. I mean, there was definitely a tear in my eye. Only problem I had is that the Astros didn't know when and how to cut it off. What you talking about, AJ? I'm talking about they carried over the love fest through 9 innings and got beat down 6-2 in a game that they were never really in. I mean, there was never a doubt that Detroit, who came in, 3-6 or 3-7? There was never a doubt that they were going to win that game. Like, they jumped up early and stayed right there. Tough. Very tough. Astros had their healthiest ace, Zach Greinke, on the mound, and that did no good. Greinke gave up what? What Greinke give up? Greinke gave up, in 4 2/3 innings, he allowed 10 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 3 bases on balls, 3 home runs, and he struck out 2. not what you would call a good evening. That ain't one of those ones where you tilt your head and say good evening. I was like, what? This what we doing? Is this what we are doing? Tough night. Tough night, Astros. Tough night. Tough night. So anyway, we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. They got him again tonight. All the emotions, all the energy, all the love and happiness, all that should be over tonight. Because something that'll make you do right made them do wrong last night. I went DMX on them. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. I mean, Astros finally got on the board with a run in the 8th and a run in the 9th. But again, it was never in doubt. They were down 6-0 from the 5th inning on. Greinke out there throwing batting practice. Astros finished with 7 hits. Brantley hit a home run. Carlos Correa, I'm going to start calling him the mouth of the South. Carlos Correa hit a home run. Mr. 300, not 300 batting average, Mr. 300 million. Mouth of the South hit a home run. But none of that came when there were runners on base or, when they had a chance to actually win the game. So we'll just chalk that one up as a bad night. Can we do that? Can we get my chalk out right? Bad night on that one. Not good evening, bad night. Like whenever somebody brings that night up, oh God, not that night. Yeah, everybody has one of those nights. A lot of people have one of those nights in their lives where, remember that night we were da-da-da-da? Oh, no, not that night. That was Astros last night. Happy for AJ Hinch, but everything else, oh, no, not that night. All right, let me take my first break. If you want in, it's Team Texas Tuesday. That means the Texans are fair game. Astros are fair game. The Rangers are fair game in a limited capacity. I'm not spending very much time on them. Cowboys, fair game. Spurs, Mavericks. Can I just say something real quick about the Mavericks? Luka Doncic, that guy, pretty good. I think he's going to be all right in the NBA. We'll be right back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Attention business owners, listen carefully to this important message. Are you tired of struggling with monthly bookkeeping or always being behind? Maybe you're fed up with paying your CPA ridiculously high hourly rates for subpar services. At Finance Pal, we know your pain. We're small business owners who understand your tax and accounting needs. At Finance Pal, we take over your books and design a program custom tailored to fit your needs. Whether it's bookkeeping, payroll, bill pay, inventory tracking, or taxes, we have you covered. We handle some or all of these services for one flat, affordable, low monthly fee. Stop worrying about your books and drowning in paperwork. Let us worry while you focus on growing your business. This setup is easy, and we give you the tools and technology to make your monthly finances streamlined and organized. Call now for a free business assessment.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
This is Jasmine Highsmith, and you're having a side of sports with your lunch here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones, Team Texas Tuesday. Already talked about the Astros. Again, we're just going to put that one in not that night. Don't bring that night up. No, man, I don't even want to remember that night. I will say this, though. Astros started out 6-1. Best start in 7 games in franchise history. They're now 6-3. They're now 6-3. Am I right? Or is it 6-4? Astros have lost 3 in a row. Yeah, they're 6-4. Astros have lost 3 in a row. 1, 2, meet me outside. Astros have lost 3 in a row. Got my DMX analogies on. Willie Gibson. I'm all DMX today. So, great starts are fine. Wonderful when teams go, 6-1, 5-0, 4-0. It's 160 some odd game season. It's a long way from now to the end. The team that was 3-6 came in here and now is 4-6, and the team that was 6-3 is now 6-4. That's why they play them. That's why they play them. All right, I said before the break that this young man by the name of Luka Doncic is pretty good. Luka last night took on a very good 76ers team that has only lost 17 games. They're 37-17, while the Mavericks are 29-24. But last night, Luka had it all on display. Luka was like a movie last night. Luka had all the action. Luka had all the, you name it, man. It was entertaining to watch Luka get down tonight, baby, last night. Luka had it going on. In fact, Luka finished against a very good Philadelphia team with 32 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. But watch this. He did it on 10 for 20 shots. The dude took 20 shots and hit 50% of them. And that included his threes. He was 2 for 7 from 3. But very few of his shots were easy. I'm talking about step back threes. I'm talking about fadeaways. I'm talking about drives to the rim. I'm talking about Kristaps Porzingis did not play, so they kind of hunkered down on Luka. I mean, it was amazing. They locked down on Luka, and he still dropped 32 on them and hit 50% from the field. That, my friends, is a baller, shot caller. Loved it. Loved seeing Luka do his thing. And again, when Kristaps Porzingis is in, the unicorn, shout that out to a friend of mine, the unicorn, they're a pretty good team. But last night, as great as Luka was, nobody had an answer for a young man by the name of Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was 10 for 17 from the field, better than 50%, and he was unstoppable. And people were like, "Oh yeah, I don't really trust Embiid. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sold on Embiid yet." There are people that are not sold on LeBron James yet. I'm not putting Joel Embiid in the same category as LeBron James. I'm just saying there are people that are not sold on one of the greatest of all time. So I'm not surprised that people are not sold on Joel Embiid. He is a great big. The dude can be unstoppable when he's healthy and he's young and he's getting brighter, smarter, better every single night out. And he ran through everything that Dallas had to throw his way, and none of them could stop him. All right, let me take a break. We'll be right back with more right after this on the lunch break.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM.
Working them in.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to.
No, I haven't been yet. I thought you asked me how I've been doing.
Sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. That's 800-262-4690.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show
right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune in to the legendary KYOK at the lunch break, and I'm Raven Rogers.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Team Texas Tuesday, and I've lost something already. I knew something was wrong. Something was missing. I'll figure it out after the next break. Hey, if you're on Facebook Live, can you just say hey? For some reason, I'm not seeing any of the comments on Facebook today. I think they got me. You know, every now and then, Mark Zuckerberg will not like my show and he'll block it or something. So if you're on Facebook Live and you can hear me or see me or whatever, just say, type hey. I don't see any comments whatsoever. All right, Willie Gibson says hey. All right, Willie, I see you. But like nobody else, I don't see anybody else. Like I feel like I'm all alone. I know I've got my faithful listeners from AM 1140 listening and 92.3 listening. Lester, the greatest, said hey. Okay, all right, I'm starting to feel a little better. Lester said, hey, Dre, how you feel? With my hands. But not like I used to. Not like I used to. No pun intended. Don't want to get in trouble. Don't want to get in trouble like Aaron Wilson, formerly with the Houston Chronicle. Don't need that trouble. Tell you what, just to be sure y'all are listening, I've got a free coupon from Dickey's Barbecue Pit. A free coupon for a classic sandwich at Dickey's Barbecue Pit. And you can even order this online. It's got a code that you can use, and you can order it online with the app. You can order it online with the app. Dickey's Barbecue, free sandwich. I'll take caller number 3 just to see if I got 2 other people listening. Caller number 3, 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. Okay, I see Sonia. I see CJ. Okay, all right. So I guess I'm all right. It was blank. I was like, what is Mark doing to me? I ain't bothered Mark Zuckerberg in a while. Like, if I ain't bothering you, don't you bother me, Mark. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone, I leave you alone. Ma, he's touching me. Ma, he's looking at me. Mom, tell Mark to stop breathing on me. You know, that kind of thing. So anyway, caller number 3, where are you? Okay, there's 1. Let me get him and tell him you're not. All right, you're number 1. Hang up and call back. All right, they did. Folks know how to play this game. Folks know how to do it. Like, you hang up real quick, call right back. I mean, it's good barbecue, and even if you don't get the free stuff, you got to go and check out the menu, man. They've got these spicy barbecue ribs. You can get the whole rack, and they're spicy and they're good. And I'm telling you, the sides are awesome. They got those rolls that are good. They got, I don't eat everybody's potato salad. Come on, call back. I need 2 more callers. Call me back, 281-453-1000. Baked beans are good. I don't eat everybody's potato salad, but Dickey's I'll mess with. I like their rolls. I like their coleslaw, and I like back when I ate the meat, I liked it. All right, come on, where y'all at? 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. CJ say, I hear you. Come on, I got to get this away to somebody. I got to get these away to. Where you at? 281-453-1000. You can't text me and win this. Like, no, you can't do that. Speaking of, I should have Delano Burton tomorrow. Should have him tomorrow. If I've got his, if I officially get his, hey, I'm Delano Burton, I won all that money on the lunch break. I should be doing the transaction where I send him his money. $500 for winning the lunch break weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses challenge. Lester said, hey, man, they don't have no vegan barbecue. There are other spots that do. I just don't think Dickey's is one of them yet. So I'm promoting Dickey's, you know. Like I know where to go get what I like, and I like what I like. But right now, those people don't sponsor. Dickies does. So, hello, y'all gonna get this? All right, hold on. There's a ringer. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. You're caller number 2. Hang up. All right, so they all right. So the next caller, you win. Next caller, you win. Come on, get this certificate. Don't let Mark Zuckerberg stop you from getting your free classic barbecue sandwich. I think that's brisket. It looks pretty good. There it is. I know it's not Winning Wednesday, but today is the day. Oh, here we got somebody. Let me see who we got on the line. It won't do it. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hi, it's Sonia.
Hey, Sonia, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I'm not as good as you, though, because you got a free classic Dickies barbecue sandwich.
Oh, a sandwich. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you get the free sandwich, but be sure and check out the whole menu when you go or when you order online, because let me tell you something. They got a spread. They do brisket right. They do pulled pork right. You know, they got the ribs that I absolutely used to love. I mean, me and Dickies had it going on. You know, we had it going on, Sonya, back in the day. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Thank you.
Now, Sonya, let me tell you something. Dickies used to be so good for me that they had a location in the airport in Dallas. Not Dallas Love, the big Dallas airport. Okay. I literally would almost miss my flight swinging through Dickies.
Wow.
I know, it's that good. It's that good.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so Sonya, I am going to ask you to hold on so I can get your info and I can get you this this coupon. I think what I need to do is get you the code, and then you'll be able to order online, and then you got to tell us how good it was. You got to call back and say, yo, AJ, it's Sonya.
I will do that.
Give me your yo. Let me hear your yo.
Yo!
That's what I'm talking about. You are the right caller, Sonya. I'm glad you won, okay?
Oh, well, thank you so much.
All right, stay right there, and I'm going to come to you in just a second and get your info so that we can get you this coupon, courtesy of Dickies Barbecue, right here on the lunch break, okay?
Thank you.
All right. See, that's how easy it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I hung up on her. Hold on, Sonya, you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. Okay, I meant to put you on hold, and I hit the off button. Don't hit the off button when you're trying to hold them. All right. All right. So again, we got these to give away. They do catering. They do celebrations, events, and luncheons. They got a location right up here in Spring. And if you are ever in the Spring location, be sure and go by and tell them you heard it on KYOK and AJ on the lunch break. And I'm telling you, they'll take care of you. Dickies Barbecue bringing us this segment right here on the lunch break. All right. All right, so y'all stay right there. Let me get a quick deal from Sonya, make sure I got her information, and we'll come right back with her. Let me see. I'm going to get a couple things set up real quick so I can do her. Let's see. Wait a minute. I'm looking for this. CWA. Yep, put that right there. All right. Y'all stay right there. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
With your boy TD Blackshear every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there. Now the
Okay, sorry about that. Give me a good number.
No, the battle is not over on our right to vote. The governor and lieutenant governor of Texas are leading the charge. to suppress the right to vote of African Americans and other populations in Texas. The pending legislation is nothing short of updated Jim Crow voter suppression laws. These laws will make voting in Texas harder, not safer, and are clearly intended to suppress minority voter turnout and undermine the ability of local election officials to encourage voter participation. Let's mobilize and start a movement against this racist legislation. Let's call 512-463-0733 and tell them, don't suppress my vote. Vote against House Bill 6 and Senate Bill 7.
Legislative advertising paid for by the Communications Workers of America Working Forces Clyde Cummings Jr. agent.
Hey, this is Raven Rogers from the University of Oregon, 800 meters, NCAA, 3-time NCAA champ, art major, Spanish fluent, Houston native right here. And you're listening to The Lunch Break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Y'all hold on, I was looking for something. I knew it was nearby. I didn't realize I had knocked it down. So I found it, and now let me get back to the phone lines. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, Dre, how you feel, man?
I feel with my hands, but not the way some other people do that I will allow to remain nameless.
Yeah, I used to be 19 too. But anyway, hey, look out, man. Hey, we can talk about the Texans, huh?
Yeah, we can talk about the Texans. It's Team Texas Tuesday.
Okay, I'm gonna keep with the format. Hey, man, I was just thinking about, to me, the greatest Houston Texan of all times is Andre Johnson. To me, number 80 is the greatest Texan of all time.
That's a very good name. As you were saying, I was trying to think who would compete against that. Obviously, you got to say J.J. Watt. Maybe third, say DeAndre Hopkins.
If they'd have kept him, DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco Ryans was definitely. In fact, I got DeMeco Ryans as the best linebacker the Texans ever had. And do not even try to have somebody text me or call me about Brian Cushing. This is an educated show. And Brian Cushing, we don't even know if he could play in the NFL with his doped up self.
It's amazing. Before I get back to Dre Johnson, DeMeco Ryans, to me, was an all-star just about every year he played, the short time he played with the Texans. But what got me, they traded him, but Cushing had to undergo 2 or 3 knee surgeries, and they just kept him on the team.
Yeah,
that's when I kind of washed my hands, with the Texans. But say, Dre, man, look at it, man. Okay, Andre Johnson, great as he is, great as he was. Just think about, man, if he didn't have no trash quarterback.
Right.
Like David Carr, Osweiler, the other cats.
Right. Sage Rosenfeld. Yeah.
Right. Let's say Dre Johnson would have had Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
He would be the greatest receiver of all time, but if he hadn't had Peyton Manning, do you think he'd have been in the all-time number 3 receivers of all time? Well, what do you say about that?
I think he would have definitely been in the conversation with Randy Moss and what's my guy's name? San Francisco. He would have been up there with Jerry Rice. Yeah. Because like you said, what he did with, no disrespect, nobody throwing him the ball. He was one of the greatest of all time. And to me, now here's me, he should be the first Texan in the Hall of Fame. He should be.
Well, when you said the key word, he should be, but we know who gonna be. But I'm not mad at him. I mean, that's just how it is. And he good too. But Andre Johnson just got a special place in my heart. Now, I would still be a Texan fan, Andre, if they'd have kept Jadeveon Clowney, if they'd have kept DeMeco Ryans. Just think about all them. Just think about D Hop and Dre Johnson on each side of the field, of the offensive line, man, and they'd have had a halfway decent QB.
I mean, the Texans could have probably done been to a couple of Super Bowls. How you feel, man?
Well, again, bro, if they would have done what most teams are unable to do, and that's maintain your best players in their prime under contract where you can still get other players, I believe they would have definitely at least gotten to an AFC championship game. Super Bowl, maybe, I don't know. But AFC championship game for sure. Because remember, even when they had those great role players, they had nonsense at quarterback. They really did. Y'all love Matt Schaub. Matt Schaub was a backup from the day he got here to the day he left. Case Keenum, Case developed somewhere else. He never developed here. That Tom Savage issue, they never should have had him as a starter. And the Brock Osweiler, same thing. The Texans tried to do things on the cheap, and it cost them.
Yeah, but Oswald, was that 72 or 172 million?
No, that was 72 million over like 2 years.
Okay, yeah, he got paid. He ain't got to work no more ever in life. But yeah, man, in spite of all the negative things that are going on in our society, God is still a good God.
Yeah, he is.
And on the serious side, instead of 840, when they said 846, they was lying. It was really 929.
Yeah.
That's an inside scoop.
Yeah.
Rumble, young man, rumble.
I appreciate you, greatest. Always a good call. Always a good call. All right, let me get ready to take a break, and then I want to do something because of what he just did. I like that. So we'll do something when we come back from the call from the greatest right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Team Texas Tuesday, and Dre's going to give it to him. Dre's going to give it to him. Going to give it to him. Yeah, man. I'm still in that mode. I know. It's been a couple of days, and a lot has happened since DMX transitioned at the age of 50. Never recovered from a heart attack resulting from a unfortunate drug overdose, but hey, I'm still in it with him. Brother did too much good for me to hold any of his bad against him. But anyway, let me come back. I loved the call from Lester, the greatest. Loved the call from him. Caller of the year 2018, by the way. I loved his call because, like you said, when you think about it, greatest Texan of all time, I got to go Andre Johnson over J.J. Watt. I know others will argue that. But there was an Andre Johnson before there was a J.J. Watt. And what Andre Johnson did before J.J. Watt got there cannot be wiped out. And oh yeah, by the way, he kept it going for a while after 2011 until you know who came in and decided that his first mission was to get Andre Johnson out of there. Should have been foreshadowing because, you know, the worst trade of all time was when he got rid of DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson and I think a second, third round. I forget what was all in the trade. It was just ridiculous. And they played on the news his comments after the trade. Let it just play out. Let's let it play out and let's evaluate it later. Well, we're evaluating it later. It's still a horrible trade. Worst trade in Texans history. Worst trade in Texas history. That one right there. But here's what I want to do. I don't want to dwell on him. I don't want to relish. I don't want him to steal the moment. Andre Johnson, greatest player of all time. But let's go through some of the prime spots, skill positions. Who was the best quarterback for the Texans of all time? Best quarterback for the Texans all time. Remember, you had Matt Schaub, you had Sage Rosenfeld. Who was a kid young man out of Michigan State? Young man out of Michigan State, the brother. He was here for a while. He played all right. Then they brought in Matt Schaub, and Case Keenum, had Brock Osweiler, Tom Savage, Brian Hoyer, Ryan Mallett. Yeah, I know they had David Carr, but are you saying David Carr was their best quarterback of all time? Tony Campbell. Was it Tony Campbell? I'm thinking of Jason Campbell. Tony Banks, that's what it was. Tony Banks. Remember Tony Banks out of Michigan State? Tony Banks won some games here, y'all. I mean, to me, the quarterback is a given. It's the guy they got right now. Not talking about the off-field stuff, not minimizing the women, not doing any of that. I'm just talking about football right now. Can I do that? Deshaun Watson is already the best quarterback the Texans ever had, in my opinion. If you have a different one, let me know. Lester throwing him out. David Carr, Sage Rosenfeld. To me, second on the list, just because of stats, would be Matt Schaub. And then you pick them from there. Oh, they had Ryan Fitzpatrick. Remember they had Ryan Fitzpatrick, Fitzy, as they like to call him. He was here. So, yeah, I'm going to go. Lester said Banks didn't get no action. When he did, he won some games. TB won some games. Not talking about Tom Brady, Tony Banks. All right, so let's move on. Best running back. Texans ever had, all time. Best running back. I got two. One of them is clear number one. The other one is, is the second best quarterback. I mean, running back. Best running back for the Texans all time. I'm listening. Arian Foster, definitely. Arian Foster, definitely. But y'all remember Dominique Davis? Dominique Davis was the man until he blew his knee out and the thing never regenerated. Remember he changed his name. I forget what his name was at one point, but Dominique Davis is what he went by. That's number two for me. And that's beyond Steve Slayton. That's beyond, any of the other guys that they had. Yeah. Yeah, Arian Foster was number one. All right, here we go. Best tight end the Texans ever had. Best tight end Texans ever had. And they had a guy that was just, I loved him, and I hated when he left. And what did he do? He left and won a Super Bowl. Best tight end Texans ever had. What's crazy is Cowboy fans are sitting there rolling their eyes like, they got the Cowboys got real historic players. We just scratching the box. We pulling out. We pulling out about Matt Schaub and Tony Banks and Sage Rosenfeld, and the Cowboys are like, are you kidding me? That's hilarious. Cowboy fans, y'all stay out of this for right now. Best tight end the Texans ever had. Owen Daniels. Come on, y'all. Owen Daniels was by far better than Jordan Banks, Jordan Akins, Darren Fells, all these other cats that they brought in here. Owen Daniels was that guy that you could go to down the stretch and could get you some first downs. Owen Daniels was that tough catch across the middle, took the big shot, kept the chains moving. Owen Daniels was a problem. Now, he was not Travis Kelce or Kittle or those guys, but Owen Daniels was great and won a chip up in Denver with to me, and I'm going to do it. Who's the best head coach the Texans ever had? Who is the best head coach the Texans ever had? I'm listening. Best head coach the Texans ever had. I'll say it. I mean, I know who y'all want to say, even though I don't like him. I'll say who it is. Gary Kubiak. Gary Kubiak. You know what, Sonia? I wish I could give you that, but Bum was not the head coach of the Texans organization. Bum was the Oilers / that what became the Tennessee Titans. Bum Phillips is the best football coach that the Texans, the city of Houston had as a head coach. Definitely that. There ain't even no negotiation on that. Sonia said, Bum. I love it. Now, Gary Kubiak, and I'm going to tell you, it took me a while to appreciate Gary Kubiak, but it wasn't until we got that other guy. When that other guy hit town, I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That other guy's like, oh, no. I love Kubiak. I would be on the phone late at night with Kubiak talking, hey, man, I really miss you. I'm so sorry. Like, will you forgive me for real? I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I really was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, so what are you doing now? Are you still doing, da-da-da-da-da? Like, we on the phone like old, booze. like, Kubiak, I miss you, man. Come back. mean, no shade on David Culley. He might be a good guy. It's like that episode of the Cosby Show when Good Bill had to tell his daughter, it's not we don't like this guy. It's just like, take this trash can lid and put your favorite meal on it with all the garnish, favorite steak, put it on, and you put it on a trash can lid. It's not what's on it, it's what you have it on. It's how you served it up. David Culley might be a great coach. Might be the best of all time. And it's not a high bar. But the way they brought him in, the way they served him up, it's just not good. It's just not good. All right, best defensive back for the Texans all time. Best defensive back for the Texans all time. I got two. And I got to get ready to do Sybil Wilkes. So while I'm doing Sybil Wilkes, you give me the best defensive back for the Texans all time. Their best defensive back. And to me, you're going to have to go back and get him. And I said I got two, I got three. All right, let's see. Let me take this break. Sybil Wilkes. Let's get her on here. Update it. And let's get our what you need to know today with Sybil Wilkes. Best defensive back for the Houston Texans all time. Cowboy fans, y'all get ready. I'm going to come to y'all eventually. All right, we'll be right back right after this from Sybil Wilkes on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Sybil Wilkes with what you know. Today is Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. Number 1. Monday morning, in the Derek Chauvin murder trial, his attorney representing Chauvin requested that the jury be sequestered following the shooting death of Dante Wright and subsequent protests in the suburb of Brooklyn Corner. Judge Peter Cahill said he will not sequester the jury until next Monday, when he anticipates closing arguments will begin. The afternoon session began with the emotional testimony of George Floyd's younger brother, Philonise Floyd. He shed tears while on the stand testifying about his big brother, the caregiver. Number 2. Actor Will Smith and director Antoine Fuqua announced that they are pulling their upcoming film production, Emancipation, out of Georgia because of that new restrictive voting law. The pair said they could not provide economic support to the state that enacts laws that are designed to restrict voter access. Meanwhile, more than 100 of America's top executives met online over the weekend to strategize a plan to combat restrictive voting rights bills in consideration across this country. Number 3. Since the early days of the pandemic, researchers believe that men are more likely to die of coronavirus than women, due in large part to biology. However, according to an analysis published in the Journal of Internal Medicine, it's Black women in the U.S. who are dying from COVID-19 at a higher rate than any other ethnic group, male or female, except for Black men. Researchers of the study say the mortality rates of Black women reflect pre-existing structural inequities that will continue long after the pandemic is gone. Number 4. Dante Wright, a 20-year-old Black man, died from a police shooting and subsequent car crash Sunday. The Minnesota National Guard was deployed to Brooklyn Center Sunday night after hundreds of people marched toward the town's police station. In the wake of Wright's shooting, the Biden administration announced it is moving quickly to pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. Number 5. The romance genre is a billion-dollar industry that outperforms all other book genres. Publishing is not a level playing field, however, even though romantic fiction is remarkably innovative, with a strong tradition of independent and self-publishing. However, the industry as a whole only published 5% and 6% of books in 2019 by Black and Latinx people. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Don't just believe in you, but act on that belief. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with J. Anthony Brown as we discuss the day's top headlines and more. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back on the lunch break, but we got to get ready for the top of the hour. Hour number 2 now, right here on the legendary KYOK.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
800 meter.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break. Let me get the intro. I just found out we might be having some trouble on the internet, so we'll be right back.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this trying to read the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't you disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I am. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Team Texas Tuesday. I'm AJ Jones, and we're also streaming live on KYOKradio.org. If you're having any trouble out there on AM 1140, 92.3 FM, you can definitely check us out on KYOKradio.org. Okay, so we've been talking about the best of the best for the Houston Texans. We know that the best player of all time is one of two people, either Andre Johnson or J.J. Watt. I know there's two different camps. I'm in the Andre Johnson camp. Best defensive player all time, I'll give that to J.J. Watt. Best offensive player all time, I give that to Andre Johnson. Best quarterback, Deshaun. Best head coach, Kubiak. Best tight end, Owen Daniels. Best linebacker, we already said, you know who it is. It is not Brian Cushing. It's just not Brian Cushing. Stop it. And then best defensive back all time for the Texans. Best defensive back all time for the Texans. None of the guys that are on the team right now, let me just say that. None of them. None of them. I love them all. None of them. No, You wrong for that? Yeah, I am. I'm going to go all the way back to Dante Robinson, the original Paid Me Rick. He was the original defensive back free agent before the second guy that I think one of these two guys is number two. The second guy who should have gotten a big free agent deal as defensive back to stay with the Texans was A.J. Bouye. And a guy who didn't even get an offer, Kareem Jackson. Those are the three best defensive backs, and I'll go in this order. Dante Robinson, Kareem Jackson, A.J. Bouye. You can miss me on everybody else. That Jonathan Joseph may be number 3 or number 4, but you can miss me on everybody else. All these cats they got right now, Hargraves, Gibson, them dudes, no. 1, 2, meet me outside. Meet me outside. Meet me outside. Don't play with me. None of them dudes. Best safety. I know a lot of people like Justin Reed, but man, let me tell you something. Either Justin Reed took a step back last year, or, man, Anthony Weaver's defense was just that bad, where he had good players looking bad. And let me just say this. If it had not been for J.J. Watt, the best outside linebacker defensive end for the Texans would be, I'm going to say Jadeveon Clowney because he was actually an all-pro in the position, but the ninja assassin, Antonio Smith, would be in the running, would definitely be in the running. So there you go. All right, let me get off the Texans for a minute. Let's get to the Cowboys. I know Cowboy fans, y'all got all that legendary history. Best head coach of all time. Best head coach for the Cowboys of all time. I want to start right there. Cowboy fans, best head coach in your history. I got 2 names. I got 2. I just want to see which one y'all going to go with first. Cowboy fans, best head coach in your history. I'm waiting. Come on, Cowboy fans. Where y'all at? 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005. Big shout out to Milo Thomas. Big shout out to Milo. All right. Willie Gibson said Jimmy Johnson. That was my second one. To me, you still got to go Tom Landry. To me, you still got to go Tom Landry. I don't think Tom Landry has been passed yet, but a reasonable within distance second is Jimmy Johnson for me. All these other guys, Tom Landry, Jimmy Johnson, and then there's a big gap. Don't talk Jason Garrett. Definitely don't bring me Barry Switzer, Bill Parcells, Dave Campo. What's the guy with the crooked mustache? Forget his name. He was coach for the Bears. None of them. It's Tom and Jimmy's show. It's Tom and Jimmy's show. Uh-oh, here we go. Wanstead. Yeah, Dave Wanstead. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
AJ Ferdinand.
Hey, Ferdinand, how are you?
Pretty good, yourself?
I'm doing okay. Just riling up some Texan and Cowboy fans. What you up to?
Tom Landry 1, Jimmy Johnson 2.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know there are people that want to put Jimmy Johnson over Tom Landry. It wouldn't have been a Jimmy Johnson without Tom.
Absolutely. Tom paved the way. I'm very unfortunate that, Jared Jones couldn't see, a legend. But, he chose to do something different. But Tom Landry, man, probably be the better one that, be fun, in the time.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
He was really able to get to do a lot of stuff with the Cowboys. That's why they're America's team, because of Tom Landry.
That was one thing I've never been able to swallow, is the Cowboys being America's team. And I used to be a Cowboy fan, too, back in the day, before who bought the team.
Yeah, I watched it, man. I love Tony Dorsett, man. Those guys, man, really was exciting to watch. About some real football.
Okay, so I got you on the phone. Let me go ahead and give you the tough question. Best running back all time, Dallas Cowboys. Go.
You don't want to hear from me, man. I give him my opinion. Tony Dorsett.
You know what? That's where I am, but you know there's going to be a bunch of Emmitt Smith fans out there. Bunch of Emmitt Smith fans out there.
No, I won't take anything from Emmitt. Tony won, Emmitt too. Okay? Emmitt did a lot, but man, Tony Dorsett, man, they had to see it for themselves to really see that what I saw. I enjoyed it. The man did remarkable things for Dallas, and I would have to see him name.
All right, so let me give you a couple of Cowboy fans and their big time Floyd, big time Cowboy fans. Hello, AJ and the Breakers. Best coach, Tom Landry. Jimmy Johnson, close second. Jerry Jones, honorable mention.
Sounds great.
And then Willie Gibson said Emmitt Smith as the best running back. I'm going Tony Dorsett. I'm going Tony Dorsett. I'm going Emmitt Smith. And then now, let me ask you a question. Better running back for the Cowboys, DeMarco Murray or Ezekiel Elliott?
Man, I'm not an Elliott fan. I think DeMarco Murray. Elliott really hadn't shown me a lot. Don't get me wrong, he started out the gate, like a thoroughbred. But right now, AJ, I don't see it. I won't say he's a Shetland pony, but something has to happen to create more, more for me, for Ezekiel. Ezekiel still may have it. I just don't see it. I don't see what the rant and rave is now. When he come out the gate, oh yeah, he's running. But I don't know if it's offensive line, AJ, or it's him as the running back.
All right, it was an interesting question. It was an interesting question.
A lot of people may not like it, but hey, everybody got their own opinion. Ain't bashing the Cowboys, man. We like them just like we like all the other ones. But everybody has an opinion. I would love to hear. You know who I would love to hear? Tony Blacksher.
Okay, yeah. TD Blacksher is definitely a big Cowboy fan. We'll try and get his comments in just a little bit, man. I appreciate you, Ferdinand.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
Okay, brother. Call of the year 2017 done checked in. Call of the year 2018 done checked in. Let me take a quick break. We'll be right back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM and streaming live on KYOKradio.org. It's Team Texas Tuesday.
Attention business owners, listen carefully to this important message. Are you tired of struggling with monthly bookkeeping or always being behind? Maybe you're fed up with paying your CPA ridiculously high hourly rates for subpar services. At Finance Pal, we know your pain. We're small business owners who understand your tax and accounting needs. At Finance Pal, we take over your books and design a program custom tailored to fit your needs. Whether it's bookkeeping, payroll, bill pay, inventory tracking, or taxes, we have you covered. We handle some or all of these services for one flat, affordable, low monthly fee. Stop worrying about your books and drowning in paperwork. Let us worry while you focus on growing your business. This setup is easy, and we give you the tools and technology to make your monthly finances streamlined and organized. Call now for a free business assessment.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
If I get it from you, I'll play it from you. If not, I'll play what I got.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
You're listening to the lunch break on KYOK.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Team Texas Tuesday, and we're riling up Cowboy fans right now. Best head coach, Cowboys, all-time, Tom Landry. Jimmy Johnson is a solid number 2. Like, he's a dude from American Idol that didn't win, but still gets a record deal. You know what I mean? He still gets a record deal. You know, he doesn't get the title of American Idol, but he gets a record deal. And then best running back all time, same thing. It's Tony Dorsett, but Emmitt Smith still gets a record deal. And the whole DeMarco Murray, Ezekiel Elliott thing was kind of a curveball. I give it to Zeke because he's been more consistent than DeMarco Murray, but y'all ain't gonna like this. Zeke has suffered from bad coaching. Zeke has suffered from guys who didn't know what they were doing to guys who tried to do too much to whatever they got going on now. I still don't know what they got going on now. So, you know, I don't think Zeke can catch either of Tony Dorsett or Emmitt Smith, but Zeke is not a bad running back. And I'm not just saying that because I'm pro-Ohio State, and I am. But I'm just letting you know, you got a good running back. You just got to get better play callers, better offensive schemes. You know, you got guys out there that want to throw the ball 50 times a game. And that's not good for a running game. And your offensive line is still suspect. It is not what it used to be. So there you go. All right. Best wide receiver, Cowboys, all time, go. Best wide receiver, Cowboys, all time, go. Best wide receiver. Now you gotta do some thinking. Now you got to do some thinking. Had Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson. Had Tony Hill. Had Michael Irving. Had Terrell Owens. Who was the guy who had the real light eyes? Who was that guy? Rodney DeWalt said Drew Pearson. The one that dated Kim Kardashian. I don't think he dated her first. I don't think he dated her second or third or fifth. I forget. Will Gibson said playmaker, miracle worker, promise keep. Oh, not that playmaker. That's Waymaker. Oh, my bad. I got confused. If y'all don't say Michael Irvin was the best Cowboys wide receiver all time or Drew Pearson, y'all don't know wide receivers. It's one of those two, and I'll lean towards Michael Irvin because he kind of changed the nature of the position. He was one of the first physical wide receivers that, kind of got away with stuff, battling with his hands and all of that. But people don't realize just how good Drew Pearson was, and congratulations to him finally getting into the Hall of Fame. CJ saying light in the darkness. I'm going Michael Irvin. I love who they've got now. All these guys got potential, but right now, man, these guys got chips on the books. All right, here's the one that I was going to ask you: best tight end for the Cowboys. Best tight end. I know where y'all are going. I know y'all gonna go Jason Witten. But man, many of y'all don't remember Billy Joe Dupree. And what was the big guy that they brought out of retirement that ended up dropping the touchdown pass in the end zone that would have won the game for them? Was it Jackie Smith? Bless his little heart. Could have stayed retired. But I'll go number one, Jason Witten. But man, I've got Billy Joe Dupree. Oh, okay. Willie Gibson from way downtown, big man. Brought up Jay Novacek. That ain't a bad one either. Ain't a bad one either. Look up the old Billy Joe Dupree film. Dude was just bigger than everybody else. So I'll give you Jason Witten. I'm going second, Billy Joe Dupree close, and then we'll put Novacek in there in the 3 spot. All right, here we go. You ready? Best defensive end for the Cowboys ever. Go. Best defensive end for the Cowboys ever. Go. Can't hear nobody. They have had a lot. Ed Too Tall Jones, Harvey Martin. I got to take a break. I'll be right back.
New and used tires, all the name brands you desire, located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
Living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. That's 800-262-4690.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
Man, I'm telling you, I was listening to it on the way in the car. We had to stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh no, that's how Rough Riders roll. I'm just telling, man. I'm DMX in my head in the car on the way up, man. I know. Don't, hey, to my all my real saved folk, I still love the Lord. I'm still on my way to heaven. I'm on my way up the King's Highway, but I was just listening to some DMX on my way there. I Big Time Floyd, you know what? I think I might give this to you. I think I might give this to you just because of the way you put it. Big Time Floyd says Emmitt Smith's best all-time Cowboy running back. The driving force behind their dynasty run of 3 rings in 4 years, no debate required. But I'm just going to tell you. When Tony Dorsett came into the league as a rook, it was a whole different ball. Preston Pearson was a good running back. Robert Newhouse was just the fullback of all time. I know they had other guys. I just don't remember their names. But when Tony D came in, he was an every down back. Every down. They pull him out for 3rd down and short, 3rd and long. They pull him out on the goal line. If Tony Dorsett came off, it was because he had to come off. Now, I know it's the same about Emmitt. Now, don't get me wrong. I knew Emmitt played with a separated shoulder. I know Emmitt played, he was a little man in a very big man's body. And I'm willing to maybe concede like a little bit. I'm willing to take a couple of votes away. It's like I got Tony Dorsett at number 1, and then in parentheses, out of 20 votes, I give him 15, and 5 of them go to Emmitt. I mean, it just goes to show the kind of talent that the Cowboys have had in their history versus the kind of talent that the Texans have had in their history. Because watch this, as we're doing these greatest of all times, if I had to marry the two and say greatest all time quarterback in the state of Texas, I'm still going with the Cowboys quarterback. I'm still going with Roger Staubach. I know y'all want to say Troy Aikman. Listen, I'm going Roger. I'm not even putting Troy number 2. Just based on sheer ability, I'm going to put Deshaun number 2, and then maybe I'll slip Troy in there. That's just me. I'm a little ornery. But if I got to go best running back of all time in the state of Texas, it's the running backs from the Cowboys and then Arian Foster. Whichever order you want to go. Emmitt, Tony Dorsett, Ezekiel Elliott, then that's where you put Arian Foster. Tight end, again, Jason Witten, Billy Joe Dupree, Owen Daniels. Like, there is not one area that I would put a Texan over one of the Cowboys players all time. Not one. There's not a head coach I would put over the Cowboys head coach. Not one. Defensive back over the Cowboys. Not one. Best defensive end all time in the state of Texas is not J.J. Watt. If you say it's J.J. Watt, it's because you are a generation, what letter are we on now? You're not even Generation Z. You're Generation Z squared, because Ed Too Tall Jones, Harvey Martin, those guys were the business. And as great as D'Amico Ryans was, come on. linebackers for the Dallas Cowboys? Come on. Come on, man. Who had the better linebackers? Middle linebacker, DeMeco Ryans or all-time Cowboys linebacker? Defensive backs, not even a question. Not even a question. Offensive line, same thing. Big Nate Newton on defense. Come on. Please, y'all, I'm just saying. The Cowboy history versus the Texan history is not even close. And it shouldn't be. Cowboys have been around since the 60s. The Texans have been around since 2002. And there's nothing wrong with you being a fan of your team and thinking that your history is, as great in your mind. It's just not. It's just not true. Ed Too Tall Jones was what J.J. Watt wants to be when he grows up. And let me put this out there before everybody's, but JJ was Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. He had 21 sacks. And They just started keeping sacks not too long ago. So the Deacon Joneses, the Ed Too Tall Joneses, the Harvey Martins, their numbers didn't even get registered. So while J.J. Watt and the Sean Joneses of the world can run around saying, oh, yeah, I had this, and Michael Strahan, I had this. There are people's numbers that lapped theirs that never got counted. Too tall Joe. Listen. Mean Joe Green, L.C. Greenwood. I'm getting out of the state of Texas. Too Tall Jones. They would grab the whole backfield, just throw people out until they figured out who had the ball on multiple plays. Deacon Jones could clothesline people and put them out of the game. It was a different era, but their numbers didn't all get counted because, the stat geeks had never quite gotten involved then like they do now. But, to bring this exercise to a close, the Cowboys definitely have the richest history, the better players of all time. To the greatest's point, though, if Andre Johnson had Troy Aikman throwing him the ball his whole career, I don't know. I don't know, Michael. I don't know, Jerry Rice. I don't know, Randy Moss. I don't know. When you look at the list of the players that threw the ball to Andre Johnson and DeAndre Hopkins over their career, if you put any one of them in that offense with Troy Aikman, just take Michael Irvin out, put Andre Johnson or DeAndre Hopkins in that spot. Don't change anything else. Those numbers that both of them have go up exponentially. David Carr was literally dropping back and laying down. He was so shell-shocked. And Andre Johnson was his wide receiver. Sage Rosenfeld, Tony Banks, all those guys that they brought in. Andre Johnson outlived them all. Imagine if he had a Roger Staubach or a Danny White or a Troy Aikman throwing him the rock. I'm interested. I'm surprised that y'all didn't say Dez Bryant was one of the top wide receivers in Cowboys history. That's surprise. That's surprising to me. Very surprising to me. So anyway, fun exercise. Can we do it for basketball? Can we do it for basketball real quick? Best center all time in the state of Texas. Best center all time in the state of Texas. So that's for the Dallas Mavericks, for the San Antonio Spurs, and the Houston Rockets. Best center all time, state of Texas, pro basketball. Who you got? I got one name. I don't even have a close second on mine. Because let me just say this. Tim Duncan is a 4, not a 5. Tim Duncan is a 4, not a 5. So if you had to put your all-time best pro basketball team together, state of Texas, and you had to go big man, where are you going? If he don't have a number 34 on, with a red jersey, red shorts, with some white and gold, you don't know basketball. Hakeem Olajuwon, best big, state of Texas, all time, at the 5. Now, at the 4, it gets interesting. Best power forward, state of Texas, all time. I'll give you some names. Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki. Have the Rockets ever had a dominant 4? To me, you got to go with one of those two. You got to go with Dirk or Duncan. Best small forward all time, state of Texas, pro. Best small forward all time, state of Texas, pro. Is that where you go, Clyde? Or do you go Clyde? Where's Robert Ory go with his 7 championships? Can't keep him off the list, can you? Where's Vernon Maxwell? Is he a guard or a small forward? Where you put Mad Max? What's crazy, Mario Elie played for both San Antonio and the Rockets. Best 2 guard all time, state of Texas. And remember, James Harden was a 1 and a 2. Jason Kidd played. Tony Parker played. Can't forget John Lucas. Can't forget Mr. Fancy Suits. And where do you put Luka? Interesting. Team Texas Tuesday. Somebody fill in some of those blanks for me. Give me your best NBA team all time from the pro teams in Texas. While y'all are doing that, let me give you a quick sports update. Astro fans and organization welcome former Astros manager AJ Hinch, both with a great applause and a video montage, but that's where the joy ended because they ended up losing the game 6-2. Same 2 teams tonight, 7-10 Central. Rangers lost to the Rays 1-0. Game 2 in that series will be tonight, 6-10. Rockets gave up a record-tying 18 three-pointers in a half to Phoenix and lost 126-120. Christian Wood, 25 points, 15 rebounds in the loss. They're going to host the Pacers tomorrow at 8. DeMar DeRozan helped the Spurs beat Orlando 120-97. He had 19, led 6 Spurs in double figures in the win. They're at Toronto tomorrow at 6:30. Philly beat the Mavs last night, 113-95. Luka had a big night, but man, Joel Embiid is legit. And then New Orleans beat Sacramento 117-110. Zion Williamson, another big day, 30 points in the win. So that's what we had last night. All right, Big Time Floyd said, I agree. The Dream Team was a class by itself. Awesome. The Dream was in a class by himself. Awesome player, had the all the moves. Yeah, his footwork was unmatched. That's where I went sour on Clint Capella. It's like he couldn't. I mean, he had Dream as a tutor, a personal tutor, and he still couldn't get the Dream shakedown. Dwight Howard had some Dream help, couldn't do it. All right, let me take a break. We'll be right back with Team Texas Tuesday. I'll give you any breaking news, any updates. We'll do that next on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Now the war is not over. Victory isn't won. No, the battle is not over on our right to vote. The governor and lieutenant governor of Texas are leading the charge to suppress the right to vote of African Americans and other populations in Texas. The pending legislation is nothing short of updated Jim Crow voter suppression laws. These laws will make voting in Texas harder, not safer, and are clearly intended to suppress minority voter turnout and undermine the ability of local election officials to encourage voter participation. Let's mobilize and start a movement against this racist legislation. Let's call 512-463-0733 and tell them, don't suppress my vote. Vote against House Bill 6 and Senate Bill 7.
Legislative advertising paid for by the Communications Workers of America, Working Forces, Claude Cummings Jr., agent.
Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, and it's the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. This is our it's our Team Texas Tuesday, and I got a lot of folks chiming in on this all-time basketball team for the state of Texas. All right, so Longhorn GQ 2012 says, AJ, here's my all-time. In the middle, he's got Elijah. At the 5, he's got Duncan. Wow. Moved Dirk down to the 3. He's got Harden at the 2. And he's got Luka at the 1. Wow. That squad could ball right there. Especially when you did what you did by bringing Dirk down to the 3. I can only imagine what his bench would look like. And just because you did that, I apologize for I apologize for I apologize for a few of the things that I said about the Texas Longhorns. Longhorn GQ 2012. I apologize for some of the things that I said, just a few of the things that I said about the Longhorns since you put that together. That's not a bad all-time 5 for the what about Sam Cassell? Where you putting him? Hey, Monica Morris Howard, what's going on, Queen? How you doing? So I'm going with Elijah at the 5. I'll go Tim Duncan at the 4. I don't think Dirk can guard a 3. So I'm switching out Duncan and Dirk. At the 3, I'm going to put Clyde. At the 2, I know y'all ain't gonna like this. I know y'all ain't gonna like this, but I'm going James Harden at the 2. You cannot have James Harden not on the floor all-time Texas team. And then at the 1, y'all ain't gonna like this either. I'm going Jason Kidd. I know it. Hate me, don't like me. But that's a legit point. That's one of the best point guards to run the show. It would be hard for me not to have Jason Kidd running the show with those guys, because with Clyde, with Duncan, with Elijah, with Harden, you got to get somebody who doesn't need shots and can just get the ball in the right place at the right time. And nobody, and I'm talking Tony Parker, I'm talking about John Lucas, I'm talking about, my guy with all the suits. None of them could dish like Jason Kidd. None of them could dish like Jason Kidd. So Calvin Murphy. None of them could dish like Kidd. And, he was a long-time Maverick. So that's where I would be. That'd be a squad. Oh, my gosh. You know who we forgot at one of the 3s? Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady. Where you put him? All-time Texas list. All-time Texas list. Where do you put him? Okay, let's see. Let me get back to some of this news. All right, Mark Cuban and Luka Doncic are questioning why the NBA is doing a play-in tournament this year. They call it an enormous mistake. Sam Quinn with CBS Sports is writing that the Mavericks, sitting in the number 7 spot, 2.5 games over San Antonio, who's at number 9, are going to have to play their way into the tournament instead of being locked in at that number 7 spot. Lucas said, I don't understand the idea of a play-in tournament. You play 72 games to get into the playoffs. Then maybe you lose 2 in a row and you're out of the playoffs. I don't see the point of that. Of course, Mark Cuban, the worst part of this approach is that it doubles the stress of the compressed schedule. Rather than playing for a playoff spot and being able to rest players as the standings become clearer, teams have to approach every game as a playoff game to either get into or stay in the top 6, since the consequences, as Lucas said, are enormous. So players are playing more games and more minutes in fewer days. That part I don't know if I'm all concerned about. Every game should matter. But I don't know about the whole play-in tournament. Not this year. It made sense last year. You were restarting. You were trying to, give everybody a shot that, missed out on the rest of the regular season. You only came back and played, 7, 8 games. I got it for last year. I think, sometimes some of these old guys that run the NBA and the NFL, Major League Baseball, something works and they get so excited about it that they wear it out. They're like the guy in the crew that, you're all laughing about the joke and some guys are adding a little bit to it and you're still laughing. And then the one guy takes it too far and it kills the whole joke. Everybody's good and laugh. Everybody's like excited, like, oh man, this is hilarious. That's hilarious. And then the one guy, oh yeah, and remember, he said da 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 da, and you're like, you just killed it. Like you killed it. It ain't funny no more. That's what I feel like the NBA is doing with the play-in tournament this year. Last year it made sense. This year, not necessarily. Not necessarily. So that's just me. I could be old school. I mean, I could be the old man shouting at the clouds or get off my yard, whatever it is. I'm not necessarily a fan of the play-in this time. So there you go. What else we got? Sincere prayers going out. Sincere prayers going out to of course the family of the young man who was killed at the hands of police last night. Sincere prayers going out to him. His family, I should say. Especially now, given the details. I saw the video. Thank you, Willie Gibson, for sending me that. But for a police officer to shout taser, 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 everybody gets out of the way, and then she shoots the guy. If you don't know the difference between a taser and a gun, you don't need to be carrying either. You don't need to be carrying either. So the NBA and Major League Baseball both postponed their games last night out of respect to his family and to the communities involved. Both games are going to be replayed, but they postponed them last night as a result of that senseless shooting and murder of another black man at the hands of police. I believe she's already been taken off of the street. I know a city council person or a city manager has been relieved of his duty because he was saying something about, we got to go through due process. I mean, at some point you can just call it wrong. You can just say, hey, this is wrong. And, and leave it at that. You don't have to always be the politically correct one. So We'll see how that goes. We'll see how all that goes. I got to get ready to go. Sybil Wilkes up next. Jamal Murray, praying for him, torn ACL. Definitely going to be out for the rest of the year. Congratulations, Steph Curry. 53 points last night. Also, franchise leading scorer, topping Wilt Chamberlain, knocking Wilt Chamberlain out for that. Got a good one coming up this week. 76ers and Brooklyn going to be playing for the top spot in the East. I know everybody's all in love with Brooklyn, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a bigger fan of the 76ers, and let me tell you why. It's not Joel Embiid. It's not Ben Simmons. It's not the other guys. This is going to sound like I'm being facetious, but I'm serious. Because of Doc Rivers. Oh, AJ, you got to be kidding me. The guy who, is historic for blowing 3-1 leads that teams don't do well in the playoffs. Yeah, him. If I got to put Doc Rivers against Steve Nash as coaches and say which one do I believe has a better chance to win the division and get his team further in the playoffs, I'll go Doc. And I got to give Daryl Morey credit for putting together a team around Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid that can play. I'm not knocking Brooklyn now. Brooklyn has gone out and got players, but Philadelphia 76ers are not trash. They got a squad. I don't know if either one of them will top Miami in the playoffs because Miami is playoff built. Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler and Hero and the rest of the team, they are playoff built. They're best of 7 built. I don't know that about Brooklyn yet. Philly, I think so. All right, I got to go. Sybil Wilkes up with what you need to know. And then, of course, Donnie McClurkin and the Donnie McClurkin Show. Lord say the same. We'll be back tomorrow for Winning Wednesday. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Wash your hands. Sanitize everything around you. Wear your mask. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, the racism. And stop killing unarmed black people, please. Please stop killing unarmed black people.
Sybil Wilkes, what you need to know. Today is Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. Number 1, Monday morning. In the Derek Chauvin murder trial, his attorney representing Chauvin requested that the jury be sequestered following the shooting death of Dante Wright and subsequent protests in the suburb of Brooklyn Corner. Judge Peter Cahill said he will not sequester the jury until next Monday, when he anticipates closing arguments will begin. The afternoon session began with the emotional testimony of George Floyd's younger brother, Philonise Floyd. He shed tears while on the stand testifying about his big brother, the caregiver. Number 2, actor Will Smith and director Antoine Fuqua announced that they are pulling their upcoming film production, Emancipation, out of Georgia because of that new restrictive voting law. The pair said they could not provide economic support to the state that enacts laws that are designed to restrict voter access. Meanwhile, more than 100 of America's top executives met online over the weekend to strategize a plan to combat restrictive voting rights bills in consideration across this country. Number 3, since the early days of the pandemic, researchers believe that men are more likely to die of coronavirus than women, due in large part to biology. However, according to an analysis published in the Journal of Internal Medicine, it's Black women in the U.S. who are dying from COVID-19 at a higher rate than any other ethnic group, male or female, except for Black men. Researchers of the study say the mortality rates of Black women reflect pre-existing structural inequities that will continue long after the pandemic is gone. Number 4, Dante Wright, A 20-year-old black man died from a police shooting and subsequent car crash Sunday. The Minnesota National Guard was deployed to Brooklyn Center Sunday night after hundreds of people marched toward the town's police station. In the wake of Wright's shooting, the Biden administration announced it is moving quickly to pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. Number 5, the romance genre is a billion-dollar industry that outperforms all other book genres. Publishing is not a level playing field, however, even though romantic fiction is remarkably innovative, with a strong tradition of independent and self-publishing. However, the industry as a whole only published
1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but thank you guys for being who you are and doing what y'all do. I love you to life. Not this, definitely this. Y'all be safe out there, and I mean it. Be safe out there. Black people, be safe out there. You see what my shirt says. We'll find a way. I'll talk to y'all later.